Okay, ready?
5 seconds before the performance.
Places, everybody.
Welcome to Theatre First with Alex First.
A delightful, poignant, funny, uplifting play with music, The Heartbreak Choir charms its way into our hearts. It features a bunch of quintessential country town Aussies and a Zimbabwean-born immigrant. Barbara Maud Davey is the leader of the local choir, which has just had an acrimonious split, the reason for which is only revealed as the play unfolds. Barbara and 4 others have taken a moral stand and walked away determined to press on in new guise. The lion's share of the original choir now practices in the Catholic Church Hall, while Barbara and co meet at the CFA Hall. These are strong-willed women with shared history. A former unsuccessful electoral candidate, Barbara is an empathetic psychologist who always arrives to rehearsals early and lets out a little air. Totty, Louise Siverson, is hardly tactful and rough around the edges. She's done well financially and isn't into hugs. Mac, Carita Farah Spencer, is a big presence, effusive and also quite coarse and emotional. She dotes on and often embarrasses her awkward daughter Savannah, Emily Millage. The latter mostly communicates with Mac and the group by whispering in her mother's ear. 8 months pregnant, Aseni Ratsido Mambo and her husband, who we don't see, emigrated from Zimbabwe. Both are doctors, waiting to be allowed to practice in Australia. She's currently working in the local deli. Aseni is a heart-on-sleeve Christian who's still to come to terms with a number of Australian expressions, the Aussie lingo if you like. Into the fray steps a senior policeman, Peter, William McInnes. He's a big burly man, fearsome but fragile, who not long ago lost his wife Caro, an integral member of the original choir. Peter is heartbroken, as is his basketball-loving teenage son Beau, Julian Weeks. It's what Peter doesn't know about Caro's untimely death that provides the cliffhanger at the end of the first act and propels much of the narrative. That and the direction of the new choir, to be known as the Heartbreak-Choir, will take. This MTC production is full of merit. The subject matter, being joy and heartbreak, is adroitly handled. Playwright Aidan Fennessy, who passed away at the age of 53 in 2020, has crafted a piece which readily channels light and shade and is most accessible. The laughs are plentiful and heartfelt due to the larger-than-life characters that he's created. The talented cast, rippers all, do each distinct persona justice. I readily warm to them, their peccadillos accentuated. As Barbara, Maud Davey is the glue that binds them together. She's a voice of reason who has one big regret. Individually and collectively, Louise Siverson and Carita Farah Spencer are a scream, generating big personalities. With a broad smile and sass, Ratsido Mambo makes a valuable contribution as a woman proud of her heritage who warmly embraces her new culture. Emily Millage has a visceral way of channeling discomfort. William McInnes uses his depth of voice and large physical manifestation to full effect. As Beau, Julian Weeks, who makes his professional theatrical debut, sees much but says little. He has a smaller role, but comes into his own as the piece develops. It's the rough and tumble mixed with warmth and compassion that distinguishes the Heartbreak Choir. The staging by Christina Smith is memorable. The CFA Hall, complete with stage over which hangs a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and a dodgy strip heater on the wall, reminded me of the one in my own primary school. In fact, it had an uncanny resemblance. Musically, the Heartbreak Choir also impresses, singing of gospel numbers and more. The cast, led by the sweet-voiced Emily Millage, harmonises well. It's a most endearing work, skillfully directed by Peter Horton, with musical direction from Vicky Jacobs. The legacy of Aidan Fennessy lives on in this and his other works, and his family and friends have much to be proud of. The Heartbreak Choir is playing at South Bank Theatre, the Sumner, until the 28th of May 2022.
You've been listening to Theatre First with Alex First. Available at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favourite podcast player. You can also stream on demand at Bytes.com.
This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.